Hey, welcome back to another episode of Roll for Initiative. I am PsychGuy, your DM, here with CashPanda, Curiosity, and ZerohGee. And
hi, everyone.
Who is going to do our recap for the evening?
Let me open up my notes. Usually it's you who does it because you're the DM.
The doom.
But previously on Roll for Initiative, we procured our fancy outfits in Theastone. And we teleport to Theastone. And then a dwarf hastily tells us to get the heck out of the circle because more people could come and we don't want to end up like the human fly. The teleport circle is in a very large, official-looking government building that overlooks the marketplace, which is quite handy because that's where we have to go to find out a whole bunch of information. But first, we have to go to the Orange Trophy Lodge. There are many shops around, and they're all looking for magical items. And we find out about all that from a merchant, that there's the party up at Lady Zammed's. Duca was the merchant's name, and we kind of like took on fake identities to BS our way into pretty much everything. After getting all the information, we took to the skies and we found Talaph's parents, who were on their way to Lady Zammed's house, and we decided to tag along. And we did a bunch of spying and a little bit of sabotage. And for a little bit, the moon decided to wink at us.
Yes. Yeah, Panda turned into a actual trash panda.
I did.
That was a moment. And Talamh used her tremor sense to get a peek into the building. And Ridire... Scryed, that's right.
I would also like to retcon something that happened that evening.
Okay.
I showed Esta the power of tremor sense. Tippity tap staff on the ground, and she can see what I see.
Awesome.
So now she knows that I'm not fully blind, and she can get off my feckin' back. Finally.
Except she won't. Because she's a mom.
A starting to care mom who has a lot to make up for her. Yeah. Overcompensation is a thing in those situations, so that should be fun for Talamh, who's
not actually Talamh. So
not Talamh.
That's an interesting dynamic right there.
Yep.
You're more like my grandmother, because I feel like Talamh and Kodama are my actual parents, because they're the ones who came together and made me. Because I'm literally them.
Get it. I get it.
So,
New body who dis.
White face.
When a druid and a chewinga love each other very much,
they cease to exist, and a new person pops up in their place.
Magically just appears.
Oh, I love
eyesight not guaranteed.
All right. So, as you had said, one of the two moons did de-redify slightly. And as you all wake for the morning, everybody roll me a perception check. Let's start this off right.
Let's actually open my character sheet.
Oh, 17.
Probably
17.
Be helpful.
I don't think, Panda, you have advantage.
Nope, I'm the one that doesn't.
So 8.
19.
And
well, that's if I have my shield.
Are you taking your shield out this morning?
Since we're getting potentially dressed up for the party, I probably don't. So we'll take the 17.
So, I would like to put our equipment in a nice handy place in the portable hole, and then fold it up into a pocket square.
Okay.
So I have the portable hole as a pocket square?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
I was going to suggest that we have our gear in it so that we can throw it out if need be. So that works out nicely.
Also, I'm shrinking my staff down, and it goes in my hair.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like a hair stick.
Very nice. I'm gonna regret doing this, but I'm gonna give you all inspiration for
Yay.
how clever you've been the last couple of episodes.
Yay.
All right.
I'm gonna regret this, but that's okay, because I always do.
You
Okay.
never regret inspiration.
So, let's see, 19 and 17. Talamh definitely senses something is different, but it's unclear what it is. And I will say I am getting a little bit of echo from somebody, so check your exported audio.
I am seeing the green square flash around Zero's border, and he's not talking. Could be that.
But that might also be my air conditioner.
Oh.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Oh, and there's a cat. So, Zero, Ridire. Ridire does sense that one of the moons is a little bit paler in comparison of its orange, bloodish colorization.
Ooh, interesting.
So,
Something we did seems to have adjusted the moon slightly. Did Oliver tell us about his little basement escapades?
Oliver
I
doesn't
did
talk.
to you
Okay.
when I got back, because you were standing at the doorway.
Yeah, because I was there.
Oh.
Oliver, I think what you were talking about might have had some potentially positive ramifications.
I think so. My only concern being how many of those are there?
Yes,
How did
if
we find
one
them?
only made this small change, I doubt there's just 2 or 3 of them.
Wait, what did Oliver do?
There was something in the basement of Lady Zammed's house, and I took care of it slightly.
Should we take care of that completely?
I think if everything goes right, perhaps, but I did a little bit of careful snooping rather than making myself known, or really nobody knew I was down there. So, well, it could be easy to potentially go down there. I don't know if has Talamh talked about potential of using like polymorph or anything previously?
I've never polymorphed.
All right,
But you went to the basement, right?
I did.
You know that I
As
can
a
just
spider. I went in as a spider.
you know that I can just like go through the ground, right?
That is true. We've done that, what, like once before?
I have no
we
idea.
walked through the trees before.
It was the tree. That's what it was. So potentially we could do that.
So
We just need to make sure that nobody's down there. Nobody knows what we're up to. I'd like to be a little bit subtle about it so far, so they can't repair it or make a new one.
perhaps we should do it after the party.
Oh, also I found a map that basically just tells us everything we need to know about where they control. That is something I did find. I don't have it with me because I didn't take it, and I'll just describe. It's basically just the north.
Chuckles, I have a quick question.
I'm gonna take away your inspiration.
No, don't do it.
Chuckles. Chuckles.
Were I to give Oliver my little portable device to attune to, could he make a copy of the map and have it come out as raised bumps on a big piece of paper
It would be a
so that we could
topographical map.
copy it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I relay this idea to Oliver.
I mean, honestly, if we end up having to fight our way out of here, we can just take the one that's down there. Anyway.
Well, that's true.
That's true, but I'd like
If
to
things
keep
go
it
well
a
and we
little
are
bit
going to sneak
less
out,
messy.
then that might be good to do before we leave.
Listen, there's a couple of people here who, you know, I'm still a little attached to, and I'd rather they didn't wind up in the crossfire.
I agree. I think we need to keep this as least amount of mess as we can leave behind here. I think we take.
Like, I feel like
My
for
only concern is that if and when the others start a mess, we're going to be in one regardless. So
well,
If that happens, we roll.
At least we
punches,
didn't
but I
start
think
it.
we avoid trying.
oh
to
yes,
cause
we're not gonna cause anything if we can avoid it.
let's have like an actual stealth mission and not one that involves like leaving nobody alive.
I'm
Yes.
slightly wishing I had one more level in cleric because I potentially could be using locate object right now, but I don't have that yet because I don't have second level cleric.
I have locate
Wait.
object. What do you need to find?
I just had an idea that
Oliver,
if we're
what's
in
a level?
important, if we're in, it is. Don't worry about it. It's
Okay.
it's something it's something that primarily I've had to think about because of spells. Yeah, I use a lot of that. Locate object could be potentially useful for finding more of what I found.
Oh yes, the machine
I'm just
you
thinking. I'm
described.
thinking very much in the future.
In the future, yes, absolutely. It does only work within 1,000 feet. So
I know,
we'd have
but
to
if
be
we're-
essentially
but
in an
if
area that we
an
assume
area-
one is at.
Exactly.
Yes.
If we go back to Haddonfield, for instance.
Yes. No, that is a very good point, and that could be useful to help us skirt
just
around
know
the
we
edges.
Brought that up.
Although if they're
What?
smart, they will have put defenses up around it.
Other potential
Uh,
things. We know that the two last the generals are looking for. One of them is a dagger, and one of them is a sword.
So, how powerful of a spell is locate object?
Locate object.
If like I had to
On
study
a
for...
scale of 1 to 9, it's
Right.
about a 2.
Oh.
Those are those level things I was talking about
Oh,
again.
okay.
Yes, you see, us spellcasters like to take things on a scale from 1 to 9. There are some
Okay.
other ones that are a little bit higher than that, but we really don't talk about those.
Can
Those
you
are those
please,
are.
please, for the love of God, shift it to include cantrips and go 1 to 10, with cantrips being a 1.
No, cantrips
No,
are 0. That's a
cantrips
different
are
thing.
0.
That's a
Obviously.
different
Cantrips
thing.
are 0.
On a
Whenever you
scale from
count-
1 to 9, that spell is a 0.
Aye.
Easy.
Yeah, that makes perfect
I'm
sense.
gonna
'cause
take
you
away your
keep doing it
inspiration
over and over.
so hard.
Okay, but so
My
second
brain.
level, right? Second level.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think you know what? I might actually know how to locate objects.
I feel like it would make sense for your magical energies to be able to do that.
We may not be able to locate a specific it has to be a object that from what I understand, that is something that we are familiar with,
Oh,
which could potentially, be a specific item, but it could
well,
maybe is it?
we
you
know.
can-
Are we looking for the generals of Enoth?
exactly. That's what
So,
what I was thinking
we
here,
know
particularly now.
That there's 2 swords and a dagger. We have one of the swords.
Exactly.
So we either are looking for a dagger that's similar to the sword that we have, or another sword that's similar to the sword that we have. We know something about it.
It can locate the specific object as long as you have seen it up close within 30 feet at least once.
I've never seen anything.
For you, it would be sensed, probably. Sensed to touched. I'm just talking... I'm saying, to find the generals, we've never seen them, or felt them, or been aware of their presence, so we wouldn't be able to use locate
we-
object on them.
But we could potentially use it to find a general object, I suppose.
Yes.
It could get a little messy, but
But if we say magical sword, it's just going to point towards me because it's in the portable hole.
if we do magical dagger,
Aye.
Then, oh yeah, the one that
Then
Talamh
all will
has
have.
isn't magical. So yeah,
It's
that
not
would work.
magical. It's just vicious.
It's true.
it could be a better shot. That would at least let us know if there is some sort of magical dagger in the premises,
Yes.
which could either be the Enoth, or if there isn't a magical dagger in the premises, then we know there's not the dagger we're looking for. We're looking for a sword.
I mean, I feel like we should just attend this party and kind of see the way the wind's blowing.
I would agree. I would like some knowledge of what we're also particularly looking for,
Okay, well,
or at least if there is something on the premises.
Well, I mean, I think our main point of coming here was to make Lady Zammed no longer a problem. Which means either taking her out or taking her to prison. Or at the very least, completely shaking the cult's faith in her. That would be harder to do.
do you think the cults noticed the moons being not quite as red as they were?
It just happened as of now, but it's possible they may have noticed.
And do you think that maybe they are already losing their faith in her because she
I would,
lit?
but I doubt she's got the only device, so they're probably going to examine all of the ones they know of, or investigate all of them to figure out which one is failing.
Ugh.
Talamh,
Aye.
it is about this time. We're gonna say you guys have kind of been going over plots and plans and stuff for roughly an hour this morning. And it is about this time that you sense the slightly small and quick footsteps, but somewhat heavy footsteps of a roughly halfling-sized shaped individual.
Can I roll a perception on that?
Ugly halfling.
A fat,
Oh, by the way,
ugly little
guys, there were
halfling.
goblins. There were goblins sleeping in the basement. I'm pretty sure we're all kind of aware of it now, but the halflings are
So,
likely goblins. Just think
on-
that we're on the same page here, in character.
What would I note? Would I notice anything different between whether or not it's actually a halfling with a 21?
Ooh. Roll me a survival check with advantage.
I think it smells more like a goblin.
Survival. Well,
12. You haven't exactly studied the difference in halfling versus goblin anatomy. This is an interesting one because your senses tell you something different from what other people are seeing, but because you can't see, you don't know the discrepancy.
oh, okay. I just have a funny feeling about these things.
Yeah.
Well, and Oliver told you that they're most likely goblins.
yeah.
So.
I saw
Oh.
goblins in the basement last night, so...
Saw a goblin in the basement.
Just saying, we saw goblins go with her to blah blah blah, and then goblins in the basement, probably.
Yes, when I scried originally, I
Oh,
saw
that's
her.
right.
She was escorted
She's-
by goblins.
She is the pointy-toothed goblin lady.
In the same uniforms, by the way. If I didn't make
Oh,
that clear, it's
When
the
I
same,
saw them,
the same uniforms that you saw in the scry spell
or what the halflings are wearing here.
are what the halflings are wearing.
Oh, okay. So I would have probably clicked that together right away then.
Well, I mean, you can have both halflings and goblins.
Well, yes, but I would have at least put 2 and 2 that, like, oh, these are this much more strongly ties it that they were all part of the same group at least.
And then Oliver confirms it with that. So
yeah. So the goblin's running up.
So the goblin is coming up to the house, or the halfling is coming up to the house. Let's be consistent with what we see, not what we know.
The goblin.
That, yeah.
Half gobble.
The little dudes look like this.
Oh.
Uh,
He's in the middle of the big map.
oh.
That's the biggest goblin I've ever seen. And I can't even see.
That's why you can't tell the difference of the footsteps. It's just these giant, thunderous...
Oh. That's like the thing we fought back in the Feywild, those big ugly things. At least I think they were ugly. They sounded ugly, and they smelled bad.
Bigger.
That's what she said.
Okay. So, the footsteps approach, and you hear a knock at the door.
I will open the door.
And this halfling does a very weird, awkward bow to you and says, Lady Zammed would like to invite you to breakfast in the mansion. So...
Wait, I don't have to cook today?
Get what you're getting and follow me, please.
All right. Well,
wow, this is a welcome, not having to cook.
Put on our boots and make sure my pocket square is neatly tucked and head out.
I want to keep like my gauntlets on, but I want to make sure they're very much like hidden.
Okay.
If at all possible. Like to have them at the ready, but not noticeable for whoever may be showing up.
Make a stealth check.
Stealth check?
With advantage because you have time to work it.
14.
Finagle. So 14? Okay. You
Cool.
get it to a place where you think they're pretty well hidden. So
Okay.
Yeah, let's follow the gobbling.
All right.
Half gobble.
Halfling.
Half
Gobble.
I'm
Gobbling.
also holding the gray bag of tricks as like a little purse
Clutch.
bag. A little clutch.
All right.
We will escort Talamh, so we'll follow behind her as guards. Ooh, do we want to play up the blind thing a little bit more? Do you want me to like be like guiding you?
Possibly. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can do that, and then I can like open doors and stuff like that.
Yep.
If they don't.
Yeah. Yep. That's what we'll do.
Even though Esta knows exactly what's
Yes, but no one else needs to.
That's true.
And it also just it makes it seem more official and
Yeah,
pomp and circumstance.
that's why
kind of
you
stuff.
guys are here. For me.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, you are, so it's not even lying.
Nope.
All right. So you are ushered in by the halflings, and there is one at the door that opens the door for you into a fairly nondescript entryway. And then you are ushered into the main hall, at which you can see a giant lion statue that takes up a large part of the entryway.
Mm.
Suits of armor surrounding it. The suits of armor are all a very classical old style, not the more modern take that the king and queen or the royal army would wear. It's definitely a lot older.
Is it like Templar armor versus like Renaissance armor?
It's more like Germanic versus British.
I'm going to subtle cast detect magic.
Okay. What is the range on detect magic?
Detect magic is a 30-foot. Looks like 30-foot, but anywhere within 30 feet of me.
Okay, where in the room are you casting it? Because that's gonna.
Well, I think it centers on me, so I'm probably. If
Waiting
he's like
till
right
you're, like-
next to her, I'm like leading the way a little bit. So I'd probably be like.
Because I'll
If
let
he's,
you
like-
choose anywhere in this room to cast it, but it's gonna.
Yeah, just be like as you're passing the statue, so it's right in the middle.
Yeah, like as we're passing the statue, so like once we get to like here or whatever.
Okay. Okay. I need to do.
Chuck, I will specify for you because this might be important. Detect magic is blocked by 1 foot of stone,
Mm-hmm.
1 inch of metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood.
Okay. That definitely plays into it because that will basically regulate it to this room.
It's
The-
10 minutes too, so.
Okay. The halfling just lights up in this yellow aura. It looks like there's just now a kind of like Halo, the shield effect.
Overshield.
Yeah, the overshield. That on the goblin.
I'm assuming that's an illusion school.
Yes, whatever.
Detect magic lets me learn its school of magic as well, if any.
Oh,
If it's
that's
disguising
cool.
his appearance, it's an illusion. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I guess it could be
Great for, like, magic traps and stuff.
alteration.
no, they're not altered. They are
Yeah,
illusion.
yeah. If it's like disguised self or something, then yeah, it'd be an illusion.
There is a
Turn the halfling into a pistol.
there's a point in the pocket area of the waistcoat that seems to be brighter where it's centered around, and that's emanating out surrounding the goblin.
It's whatever's helping them cast it.
Okay.
And as other halflings run by, you're seeing that same thing. And there's you clock. Well, everybody roll me a perception check, because I'm assuming you guys are trying to clock things and pay attention to things as you walk. through.
I absolutely am.
Emanating.
21.
Yes.
30.
Thanks for us, Ryan.
21.
Good lord.
That was a really good roll, guys.
That's really good. Okay. In the process of moving from the entryway into the dining area, you clock 5 distinct halflings.
Okay.
So, no magic coming from anything else in the room.
Well, there's magic coming from me and Talamh.
Yeah, I'm talking about from
Yeah,
the
anything
I get
else
the
that he
idea.
wouldn't expect it. Yeah.
the statues are innate. They are statues.
Whisper to Oliver.
So no magic
Is it just
traps.
me, or is she, is Lady Zammed like scraping the bottom of the barrel on hiring these halflings? They seem like they're not all there.
I'd agree. They're basically all the same too, from suit to they all seem to have something too individually around the belt. Like everything's the same.
Why are you looking around their bed? Never mind. After breakfast.
All right. So you are led
That's
into
where
the
I wish I
dining
had
room.
telepathy.
And in the dining room, I will state that this table is one continuous table. I just didn't have the sprite asset to stretch that out. So I'm working on it. I want to make my own DM Redcap is helping me. Go make sure you give him a follow.
I'm gonna go here because that way I can get most of I have the room in front of me. Not that it really matters because I don't.
I'm gonna go here and take up the post as if I'm just kind of protecting her.
Yeah, I was gonna say if she sits someplace with a seat in left and right, we'll take left and right. But if she's
fine,
sitting
then I'll
there,
go here.
okay, then I'll go right of her. So we're kind of flanking her on both sides.
Okay. Only a maybe 30 seconds pass. It's not a overly long wait. Well within polite norms. And the door here opens. Oh, I click.
On the right?
Right here. That door opens and Lady Zammed walks through, flanked by a couple
magical
of
on her?
Yes. She's got some rings on that are emanating a weird kind of magical aura. The School of Magic is... I didn't know I would have to have this on hand. Thanks.
You gotta know. Or just make it up on the spot.
Yep, I'm
If it's
trying to remember
defensive,
what they
it's
are.
abjuration. If it's offensive, it's probably evocation.
Those cleric levels really coming in handy here.
And of course, you've got illusion,
Conjuration.
standard, conjuration if it summons things,
Divination.
divination, necromancy. I'm missing one. There's the mental manipulation one, whatever.
Enchantment.
It's called. Enchantment. Thank you. Would be for charm effects and things like that.
So.
Okay. It is... Where does it say it? It's a magical item. It's not... Abjuration? Yes. It's got an A next to it. We're going with abjuration.
Okay.
Cool.
There's a few other things that it's almost impossible to tell because they feel off. Like,
Are you looking at the triangle A on Beyond?
yeah,
That requires attunement.
okay.
It could be anything you want.
Yep, we're gonna go with
If it's like
divination.
defensive,
We're going with
Divination.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the rest of the items
Interesting.
are, you can tell she's got a choker on that feels like there might be some magical essence to it, but it's sparking in and out. Yeah, it's her magical aura is very off about her, and you're not sure why.
I would like to use divine sense, please.
Okay.
As an action, I can open my awareness. Until the end of my next turn, I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. I know the type, but not identity of anything, and I also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated within that range.
Okay.
I doubt I'm going to sense any undead fiends or celestials
And that's
apart
60
from
feet, you
myself.
said?
60 feet, yeah. But total cover stops it, so really it is kind of limited to whatever room I'm in. Although the windows wouldn't count as total cover. So if there's a zombie standing outside the window, I'd detect it. But
Yep. You sense nothing in that category. It is
good enough.
This
I
room
was kind of
is
He's clean. I was making sure she didn't have like some sort of desecrated object on her. So
Yeah, no.
good enough.
It's the talisman of ultimate evil.
Yeah, that would probably ping pretty loudly.
Yeah, that would ping.
You'd be
Oliver,
like,
if you wanna-
my eyes!
Wait, Oliver, if you want to roll an insight check to try and glean more information, you're more than welcome to try. Otherwise,
I will. 15.
okay. You've used detect magic before. You've used detect magic when people have been shielding themselves from magic, and this doesn't feel like that. This is where something isn't working right. You're getting the sense.
Interesting.
And it doesn't feel like it's not working right for you. Yours seems to be working fine, because the half goblins are purely magical, and you are having no problem with that. It's something on her.
The half goblins are all glowing yellow to him, so they're pistlings now.
So something could have potentially, when I messed with the thing last night, maybe that messed with some of her stuff.
Maybe? Or maybe she just sucks at using magic stuff and she broke it.
Also a possibility, considering what we've heard.
Yeah, maybe she's just not very good at, like, curating her magical item collection, and they're all counterfeits.
So, she sits down at the end of the table. She does sit next to the group.
Oh.
And...
Is there anyone else here
No.
with us?
Nope, it's just the three of you.
That doesn't bode well.
Oh.
And
So,
sits down and says, Good morning. I've heard you're our +3 that came with, Mr. and Mrs. Dall last night.
I'll just nod in assent.
I
'Cause I'm-
apologize that we didn't have a place at the table for you last night, and I wanted to offer my apologies for making you eat at the cabin.
Oh, it's fine. I am quite the cook.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I do apologize. I would like to offer my hospitality to you. My head chef, Ert, would be more than happy to make you anything you would like for breakfast.
Have you heard of potatoes? And I give her the whole thing. Potatoes that have been that are injected with 4 kinds of cheese, and they're fried 3/4 of the way, and you bread them and you fry them again.
I have not. Ert, and out comes a incredibly obese halfling in full chef outfit. Grease stains all up and down the apron. Just carrying a meat cleaver, and just walks in, waddles in, and just, yeah, ma'am. And this young lady has a recipe that she would like to tell you about, and I'm gonna need you to do your best to make it happen. Yeah. What?
Alright, well, kind of complicated. Do you mind if I come back and show you?
No. My kitchen.
That's not a no, you don't mind? That's a no, I can't go?
No, my kitchen.
Alright. This is impossible.
So
What
it's
a-
this and this, and then like a little drop of arsenic, and then
It adds zest.
it's to die for, really.
You know, eggs would be fine.
Egg. 1 egg, 2 egg. How many egg?
Do you know how to make an omelet?
Yeah.
an omelette with mushrooms.
Right?
And do you have bacon?
Yeah.
Mushrooms and bacon.
Mushroom bacon omelet. Ah.
And some cheese too, please.
And cheese. Aye. You. Blonde.
Oh, that's me. The same for me, please.
2. All right. You, masked man.
I am fine. Thank you for the offer.
He'll take a smoothie with a straw.
Hey. Fruit juice. Straw. Da. And he just waddles out. And, Lady Zammed turns and looks at you and says, well, might I presume that you are, Talamh?
Oh, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Dall are my parents.
Ah. Your father spoke very highly of you last night.
Did he now?
Yes.
Hold on.
Nat 20 and you get the sense that everything she's going to ask about you, she has heard. She is fully aware of whatever your dad knows about you. She is now aware.
Good thing your dad doesn't know shit.
I know.
It's like that meme I saw the other day. Bad news. Sauron knows everything Pippin knows. Good news. Pippin doesn't know shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's yeah. You get the sense that your father, former father, half father, we'll go with half father, was just kind of an idiot and didn't really hold anything back about who you are or what you're doing. And not that
she knows more than we want her to,
not
but
that
not
he knows much,
complete.
but
a little bit more than we would necessarily want her to know, at least.
And says, so I hear you three are adventurers.
Well, we try to get out and about and experience the world.
Well,
My main priority is just to protect Ms. Dall here, so.
yes, that is what Dovin said, that you had taken her under your wing and were showing her the world while keeping her safe.
I guess that's a fairly succinct way to put it, so.
I think he's doing a pretty good job of that.
Oh, well, thank you.
That means you must have encountered some pretty interesting things along the way. Do you have any stories for me? I would love to hear one. We don't get out much here, and there's so much of the world to experience.
Oh, I have a fantastic story for you. I'm gonna tell like an old, because I'm old, so I'm gonna tell like an old nursery rhyme kind of thing, but like embellished into like a short story as if we were in it. So like think like Little Red Riding Hood, but the three of us are Little Red Riding Hood and there is no woodsman. Yeah, like that.
You are into the woodsing. Lady
I'm into the
Zammed.
woodsing. I'm into the woodsing, Lady Zammed. Yep.
Okay.
And we make no mention of like wolves.
No. I was using that as like an example of a story. Yeah. No, how about Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Except for it's three ogres.
We'll
do that. But yeah, it's just I'm telling some sort of story like that, and I'm way over embellishing, as like to the point like where I've hardly gotten into the story, and now I'm describing the colors of the scenery and stuff like that.
You're Tolkiening.
I'm Tolkiening. No. I'm not Tolkiening.
Grapes of Wrath.
I'm thinking this is like Les Mis' description of the Prisian sewer system. Levels of
The guy who wrote The Grapes of Wrath and his 800 depictions of paragraphs of dust.
Kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do. Do you want me to roll anything for
I
it?
do.
And I wore.
I want you to roll a deception check for me.
Okay.
And I wore an onion on my belt, as that was the fashion at the time.
The fashion of the time was an onion. That is a 19. 19 seems pretty good. I'll stick with that. Yeah. I won't waste any resources trying to make that better.
Okay. Good to know.
I don't care if she believes the story. This is just totally me, making something up and wasting time.
And as he's doing this, I kind of roll my eyes, and I kind of look at Lady Zammed and say, "The times like this that I wish I was deaf instead."
She chuckles politely, if a little uncomfortable by the joke, and listens intently, politely. Don't need an insight check to tell she's kind of bored.
Good.
By the end of it.
That's the intention.
And you finish it. She's, well, that was absolutely wonderful. Thank you for that. Could have.
Anytime. I have more. I have so many stories.
Thank you.
We've lived it.
But she hasn't.
Well, would you like to hear another one?
You know what I'd be very interested in hearing is if you have any magical items on you. Anything.
No?
Oh.
I didn't know that I needed to bring it. Should I go get one?
If you have one, I would love to see it.
Well, it's gonna take me a while to go back to town and, get one for you.
Well, I can go to town and buy some. They always seem to have something for me to get, but no, it's the adventurers that come in with their items that are. I love to see them. I have my own collection.
You know what? There is something that I may have. I kind of tell if it's magic or not. It seems to come and go. Oliver, can you come help me find it?
I can do that.
After breakfast. We'll bring it to you.
Yep, please do. We can meet in my office, and if I don't show my private collection to a lot of people, but I have been known to show it to those that might sell me something of high quality.
Aye.
I will pay for it. I will pay fair price.
Okay.
Excellent.
When the food comes out,
which was halfway through your story, by the way. It took
okay.
a
Well,
long
before
time.
when the food came out and before we ate, I will have paused the story, or whatever, and asked to say a prayer over the food.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Purify Food and Drink.
Okay.
On all of them?
It's everything within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on Talamh.
Oh, okay.
It's rendered free of poison and disease.
Okay.
But I'm doing it as if it's just a prayer, which it technically is. It's a paladin spell, which are prayers. Yep.
Oh Lord, may the victuals that we are about to consume be nourishing.
Yes, you absolutely can free it of any poison or disease that may or may not be on there.
Yep. Just in case. Just.
And Lady Zammed has no objection. She is honestly, she's being the consummate host. She is.
Mm-hmm.
She is being very polite. And so, you guys eat. She makes some small talk. If you want to ask her anything, you're free to do so.
How did you get into collecting magical items?
Well, as a young girl, I stumbled upon a magic wand of some kind. A wizard must have dropped it, and my father was not fond of magic. He thought it was a old and outdated form of fighting and making people lazy, and so he forbade me to use it. So I thought when I was on my own and when I was making my way in the world, I would collect as many magical items as I could.
Can you cast your own spells too?
Oh, I'm not a caster myself. I have some items that would help me. I have some spell scrolls if I wanted to, but yeah, 28 insight. She is heartbroken about the fact that she cannot cast her own spells.
Oh, good. Well, at least we don't have to worry about that.
She can try, and she will try.
Sucks to suck.
But
Life's tough. Get a helmet.
Y'all are so mean to Lady Zammed.
I think Lady Zammed doesn't know what she's gotten herself into.
I think that might be the case.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay.
All right. So, my plan is after breakfast, I'm going to have Oliver cast prestidigitation on a magic stone, so it looks all cool. But I have prefaced for her that it kind of fades in and out of being okay, so she'll wonder if it's ever gonna come back.
Okay.
I'm not even trying to sell it to her. I'm just
I could cast light on a magic stone. That lasts an hour.
Prestidigitation also lasts an hour.
So we could make it look all kinds of cool.
And if she tried to detect magic at first, it would be magic.
It would be magical. Because it would be emanating a magical effect. Yeah.
I'm just happy to make a friend who's who loves stories about adventuring. So I'll just probably give it to her.
Call it a luck stone.
Yeah.
And it will look like when I use prestidigitation. What can I do?
You can do any harmless sensory effect.
Can I make it look like it's mirrored? Like it's reflective. Like a disco ball.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that.
I mold a stone into a perfect sphere.
Okay.
And I magic stone it.
Alright, I'm gonna need...
this is I have to go back to the hut to do this.
Yeah, no, I know. So I'm gonna say sleight of hand check for Talamh with advantage, performance check for Ridire and Oliver with advantage.
Well, I probably shouldn't do light on it if he's gonna make it reflective. So. Because that just makes it shed bright light.
I can
Curiosity, that is your third nat 20 of the night.
Yeah, and?
Why do you think Panda didn't wear the shirt?
Yeah, we didn't want to stack overflow.
Okay, I can do 2 at a time. So I'm gonna make it reflective, and also it'll just look from where they're little bits every now and again, a little of light of different colors will.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Kind of shine out. Just every now and again. Almost like it's a ticking time bomb where it's only not like a bomb, but it's something that's not necessarily going to last forever, and may fit it. Like she said, may fade in and out.
Okay.
Plus, I can't see what it looks like, so I have no idea when it's good or not.
Yeah.
See?
All right.
So,
Yep.
So you present this to Lady Zammed. She meets you in her office, which is a fairly nice, comfortable leatherback chairs, and
I'm assuming this one.
Yep, you're all
Wow.
in there to have this conversation, and she.
oh, her office is on the ground floor.
The office she's meeting you in is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Bless you. And
That's on the height.
I mean, she's not currently wearing her formal wear, but I can put Lady Zammed in the world. She's gonna be bigger. You're gonna make a comment.
Whoa.
She's a monster.
She's a super freak. Super freak.
There you go. I can actually-
I'm zooming in way into the office. There we go. Look at her posture. It's amazing.
She is very, very proper. So, yeah.
So I hold this thing in two hands and I just present it to her. Like, this is so right now it feels pretty magical. It may fade in and out, but right now I can feel it, and it's here. You feel it. It'll bring you luck.
I must ask, is this a luck stone?
We've
think
never
so.
had it identified.
Right? It's
Talamh just kept it for good luck. So I guess it's possible that perhaps it's providing more than just the, hopeful wishes kind of thing.
You could I purchase this from you?
listen. You have been such a gracious host, and we have pretty much crashed your party. So we showed up unexpected, and it would only be proper if I presented to you, our host, a gift. So I'm going to give this to you.
Her eyes just go absolutely wide, and I mean, I have read about these, and she walks over to her bookshelf and pulls out a tome of some type, and starts flipping through it, and finds luck stones or stone of good luck, and just polished agate. Yes, this absolutely must be one. I cannot thank you enough for your generosity in this. You're sure you don't want anything for it? These are fairly uncommon.
I happened to stumble upon it, and I picked it up. It's brought me decent luck, in situations. But I think you could use it.
I am very, very grateful. Well, I'm going to put this. Yeah, I think I have a display case that would be perfect for this. Would you all like to see?
Sure.
I'd like to, but
Oh, I'm so sorry. Your companions can at least tell you the inscriptions of some of the items that we have.
Yes, I'll read them aloud for you, Talamh.
Okay.
Every single one of them. like
Oh,
a dad at a museum.
This is a Leopleurodon, Artie. Leopleurodon was a large marine predator. Back in the time of dinosaurs. Yeah, this is an interesting place. This is the upstairs.
Yes. So she takes you up the stairs. Talamh, you get a sense of a lot of these rooms as you go up, so I'm gonna leave it uncovered for you.
I know
Obviously, you guys, the rest of you are seeing, just the hallways.
Yep.
But
Where do we go?
she takes you to a door here.
There's a large piece of polished metal on the ceiling right in this room.
Oh, that's funny because of what I wrote earlier today. And then she takes you into this giant room.
Wow.
So, what you're seeing when you walk in,
What's that thumping sound?
yeah,
That was me, sorry.
Oh,
is a basically a museum filled with various trinkets and necklaces, swords, suits of armor, scrolls. There's an entire section that are just spell scrolls of various types. Most of it is fairly well labeled. Some of it has been kind of untouched for years. A lot of the display cases are actually fairly dusty, all things considered. You can tell that there are some things that are her favorite, and then there are some things that aren't.
Is there any sign of anything that looks like a general?
Like
one of
Like
the
the
generals.
sword or the
like
dagger.
the sword or
yeah.
the dagger, or like anything like positioned like a family heirloom, things like that.
Roll me an investigation check.
That does not.
Oh,
bode
that's-
well.
Sorry,
I stole all your
Gross
luck.
one.
Wow, that's double net ones.
Mm-hmm.
That is... There's just so much here. There's nothing that's like the family heirloom section.
Okay.
Can I roll a perception check to see if anything at all stands out? Or
I
would you
mean,
like
there's
to
a
roll
lot that
investigation?
stands out. You can go ahead and roll perception. I'll let you know kind of based on the roll what draws your attention.
8.
Okay. Yeah, it is filled to the brim with stuff. You can go through and look, and she says, please take a moment to look around. I'm quite proud of what I have, and don't get to show it off as often as I would like. So please, look.
I will.
Don't touch. Do not touch.
Of course.
But go ahead and look.
I will
Can
escort Talamh and basically just and read descriptions to her and stuff.
Alright. I don't know if my passive investigation will help me in this situation. It's a 15.
Not in this situation because everything is in cases and stationary. So
I would like to use Divine Sense again, in case any of them are consecrated or desecrated.
okay.
So obviously it's not going to sense undead celestials and whatnot, but... Unless she has a mummy locked in a thing.
It does bring you over to a bottle that has a greenish red, dark green dark red aura floating inside of the bottle.
And it's reading as desecrated?
Yep.
Ooh.
Is it labeled?
Lady
Is it
Zammed.
labeled?
It is. It is labeled as a jar of whispers.
Jar of whispers. Fascinating.
Lady Zammed,
Yes, dear.
can I touch the labels?
Oh, of course. Just none of the items, but anything that is, not for touching is going to be in a case anyways. So please feel free.
Do the labels have like embossed lettering on them?
Yes.
Okay, so I could probably read the labels by
Yes.
touch. Lady Zammed,
Yes.
doesn't this black pudding belong in the kitchen?
That was once mistaken as actual food by a very foolish adventurer who didn't know any better.
Oh,
Now we keep it contained here, and if it ever got out, it would try and eat us all.
well, let's not let it out.
While this is happening, I want to wander over to like the weapons proper, first, and just read any labels I can find.
Okay. Roll another investigation check.
Yeah.
Okay.
20.
Wow.
There it is.
You find, you find a shield that is making a very funny face at you. And that is a shield of expression. You see a very ornate sword that, you feel, the longer you look at it, the more you think, I really want that sword. And it is a sword of defense. It's very ornate, it's very clean on the handles and stuff, and the blade is immaculate. Like, it looks like it is brand new, just forged.
So that's cursed.
And then you see with a 20, you see a very old, not old glass case, but a case that's got a somewhat thick layer of dust. It's kind of tucked off to one of the sides. And inside is a dagger. And there is no label that you can read on it.
Excuse me, Lady Zammed. This one doesn't have a label. Is there, what is this one?
Oh, that is something that my great-great-great-grandfather used to have. Kept it in the family for generations, and so I keep it here.
Very interesting. You don't seem very interested in it. Not at all? Not a family person?
I mean, when, you take it out, you try and turn it on, it doesn't really do anything. After a while, I would not get rid of it for my, for great-great-great-grandpa Oscar. But, I just don't really, there's so many better things. I mean, look, there's a cloak that just blows by itself. It just flutters.
That sounds so
You are
impressive.
so mean.
Why? Because you want a cloak of billowing?
Because I want a cloak of billowing. Ridire is so extra that a cloak of billowing is exactly what he needs.
Here's the good thing. This all goes south. We just take the mansion.
That's true.
We have a cloak of billowing.
If she's actually evil, yeah, if she's being manipulated, and then, you know,
I definitely want to insight her. 26 for like, she's not hiding that she doesn't care about this dagger, right?
She does not care about the dagger.
Okay.
You do with a 26 because, good lord, every time one of you gets a little too close to an item, her heartbeat starts jumping rapidly, and you can almost feel the ice in her veins start to form.
Okay, theory, guys. Dragon?
Dragon, huh? Dragons can't cast magic?
dragons can cast magic.
They can. But they're just throwing it out there.
I was gonna say, I had like the best insight. I had the insight check of all insight checks. And she was definitely not lying that she can't cast magic. Unless
Do all
she's
dragons
so
cast
good
magic?
at just.
Young ones maybe don't.
Just a theory.
Huh. Maybe.
Okay.
Throwing out there.
So you guys have had enough time in here. I'm just gonna list off some of the items that are in this room for you.
Cool.
So
Cool.
you see a scrying stone,
Nice.
a shield of expression, a cloak of billowing, the jar of whispers, a scroll of aquatic focus, the sword of defense. You see a spell scroll that is very like, there's ribbons on it. It's a gorgeous spell scroll, and it is a death by 1,000 cuts.
Oh, wow.
There is a flask of many things and a hat of vermin.
Gross.
So those
Wow.
are the things that stand out.
Damn, I should have saved the stone and traded her for the dagger.
She wouldn't have gotten rid of it because it's a family heirloom.
Or
Yeah.
because she doesn't care about it, those things. So
Yeah, but she said she'd keep it because to honor her family, so.
He's dead. He doesn't care anymore.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a look around. I'll thank her for showing us, giving us the tour. But,
Yeah.
Don't want to, I appreciate the hospitality, but I know you're probably very busy. So we
Yes.
won't eat up too much of your time.
Yes, lots to do. Big party tonight. I hope to see you all there.
If you're welcome to us attending, then
Oh,
we'll gladly be there.
if you're inviting us, we'll definitely come.
Any guests of Esta and Dovin are welcome, and you've been very polite. So, yes, you are welcome. We will be having a private dinner. I unfortunately will not be able to have you attend that, but
no?
afterwards the ball will begin.
Is there not enough food? Because I could bring some.
There is enough food, but it is for the lords and ladies who are the VIP guests, and we have matters of business to discuss before we get to the fun of the night.
if you don't mind me asking, I'm just curious. Who are these lords and ladies?
Oh, I don't know if you would know them, but you hang around and they'll be arriving shortly. Esta and Dovin arrived yesterday, as did Galandan Nilo. He came in. He's in one of the guest rooms, and the others should arrive soon. It's getting fairly late in the afternoon, so.
We've been here that long.
Well, with dinner, making the plan for the
We had breakfast
Or
with her.
for-
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
so
ate
We
breakfast.
just had breakfast.
You had
We've not even had
breakfast,
second breakfast.
Then you went back, you got the rock, you made the plan for it. That took some time, and then you chit-chatted, and then, so I would say early, noonish.
Ah.
She also didn't call on
Going
you,
into
like,
the afternoon.
at 6, so it's not like
Yeah,
4.
it was more like it was more like a brunch.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, dang, we should have mimosas. Mimosas for brunch.
I'm making waffles.
All right. Well, yeah. I guess we'll. Is she saying that we're welcome to like hang around the manor or just the grounds?
The grounds.
Okay.
The staff have to get the rest
Yeah.
of the place ready for the party.
Well then, yeah. We'll leave. And I guess we'll. Is there any sort of planning we want to make? We'll go back to the guest house for a moment.
Yeah.
We can talk, and then we can maybe roam the grounds for a little while and just kind of see who shows up.
So, boys, I think we need to get that dagger.
I would tend to agree. I'm not sure that she is necessarily either aware of what she's dealing with or what the deal is, because if she was fully aware, she would probably have given them the dagger already.
Well, I see two possibilities. I see either she's trying to get in with them and they've asked about the dagger and she wants something in return and so hasn't just freely offered it up to them yet, or she's completely unaware and they're probably going to just try and kill her and take it.
Do you think they're making a move tonight?
I feel like tonight
It's
would
probably going to be their best opportunity.
be a good opportunity to, if they're trying, even if they're trying to kill her, to steal it during the distraction of the festivities.
I can detect evil tonight, so if we
Yes.
get into the party, I might be able to try to locate
So
anything that is not done.
the way I'm looking at it here is if she is fully allied with them and nothing bad goes down, we might just have to try and steal it ourselves. If something bad does go down, then we're probably just going to end up raiding the room anyways. If she's not fully in the know, then we might be able to come to her aid and gain her trust over the cult and maybe take it for safekeeping.
One thing I do think we need to make sure we can somehow listen in at the meeting that she was having.
Well, I can scry, but I also can turn invisible.
I have observant feet.
She does.
That means you can read lips, right?
Well, we've kind of. I can feel the vibrations of the ground that people make when they're whispering. So,
I
kind of like reading lips.
So we
Kind
could
of like
conceivably just kind of hang out outside, try and hear in. Scrying would be difficult because it would be kind of obvious what I'm doing, so I'd have to either remain here in the guest house when I was doing it, which keeps me away from everything, which could be dangerous.
Also, because it's been 2 weeks, I will remind you that the last time you tried to scry,
It was weird, right?
it
was
was very
bouncy.
weird. Something was affecting
It was
the
interesting.
scry.
Like her magic necklace stuff. So something protecting against
She might have a
divination.
ring of mind shielding or something similar as
Mhm.
well,
Something protecting against
Um,
divination.
so it protects her, but because I wasn't scrying directly on her, I was still able to somewhat get in.
But it's not necessarily that, because it's not necessarily blocking her, because it wasn't on my end, because I could detect the little guys, but not her. So it's got to be her.
Yes, something with her.
Well,
But
and
once again, that could just be
again,
her with her magical collection
I'm
items.
I saw
going to
her
say this
ring.
because it was 2 weeks between the last session. You were drawn up from the kitchen up and to the right, which is towards the room you all were just in.
Oh. You were getting yanked up towards the magical item.
So something in there was interfering.
You said the sort of defense felt like I wanted to, like, it was like kind of pulling me in.
Anybody who walked by and looked at it for even a second had an overwhelming sense of, that would probably help me in the future. I should probably use that.
So it's like a cursed defender, or maybe even an artifact. Scary. Yeah, there's something in there that's potentially doing that.
And actually, I'll have Talamh roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, goody.
Because of your
+5.
impulsive nature now with the...
Okay.
30 plus 5.
The fourth nat 20 of the night.
Will
That's a good one.
30
because we
save
didn't
me.
Steal.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, a 30 saves you. There is a time and a place, and it's not right now.
There is nothing she has that I won't.
There's a time and a place, and it might never come. Good lord.
But she also worried about stealing stuff with Ridire looking over her shoulder. That's what the +5 is.
Ser Ridire, could you turn around for a second?
That is, you are driving down the street going the speed limit, and you see the cop off to the side, facing the other direction, and you still get nervous about what they might see.
Dude, I do that anyway.
Happened to me yesterday.
Like everything.
Me yesterday.
I was speeding, and then I saw a trooper, and I was like, "Oh, they're gonna ease off a little bit before I pass him."
See, I don't.
I mean, everyone.
Speed,
I will say, everyone was
way.
speeding. Everyone was speeding. I was with the flow of traffic, but I still was like, you know.
Well, yeah, like I feel really weird passing a police officer. Like even like if I passed somebody he was going less than the speed limit, so I sped up to the speed limit and went past him, and it still felt weird.
Guys, I work at a school. The SRO walks by me on a regular basis. He's a good guy. I know him. Or I'm getting to know him because he's new this year. He walks by my office and I feel like that.
Police officers are like bears. They just like make you feel uneasy.
I walked like 10 feet away from a bear like a few days ago.
Jeez.
On accident. That was fun. I was off topic. Anyways, in spending time with Zammed, knowing what I do know about dragons and a little bit about myself, is there any hint that she might be draconic in any sense?
Roll an insight with advantage.
18 apparently.
Double 18s. What's with you tonight and the double
doubles?
rolls?
I don't know.
No, you don't get any sense of. It's far less dragon horde and more Karen with her stuff.
Okay.
It's the fact that they are hers. She owns them, and you aren't going to touch them.
Got it. Another theory I have is, so you said your scrying was weird. I detected magic while we were in there, and then objects on her person were flickering in and out. Do you think that dagger has something to do with protecting yourself from?
It's a possibility. Something in the vicinity, it definitely is.
She said she didn't know what it did. And part of me wishes
And maybe that's
Part
why
of me
she couldn't
wanted
activate it if it's some sort of passive defensive magic.
Part of me wondered if I should have asked to identify it, or...
I don't think we should show our hand with that kind of stuff.
That is the primary. I did not. Also, definitely not because I just remembered that it costs 100 gold pieces of a gem every single time I do that. Pearl. Oh, and I have that. It doesn't get consumed, so I have it. Because I've used it before, so I'm just going to assume I have it.
Except for the stuff that brings people back from the dead.
And maybe
Oh, okay.
wish.
And wish. I don't deal
Okay.
with the components
got it.
of those things. I don't want you to. Eventually, within your lifetime, you have gained what you need to cast all of the spells, except for
Because we were
True
adventurers, more or
Resurrection
less.
and Wish.
Got it. Cool. So. Yeah, I think it is good that I didn't identify, but at the same time, it could have given us information.
I'm sure we'll get an opportunity. So here's what I think we need to do. We need to try and find out what we can hear from inside the meeting. But we also need to be monitoring her trophy room in case they are going to try and steal from it. Because then we'll know that they're trying to work, without allying with her. They don't care about her, they just want her stuff. That's if they know that she has it. They weren't aware of exactly what... They probably know she has one of the generals, but they might not be quite aware of what it is. So...
And it's not labeled.
Yes.
So...
But knowing them as... Knowing the cult as well, they might just full-on assault and just try and kill her and all witnesses and take it. Unless they want to continue using her resources, but if that's the case, then they're going to come here and try and kind of butter her up during the event. Because when I scryed upon them, I did see that she was inviting them to this, and hinting that she had things that they wanted. So, she might just be trying to get in good with them, because she dislikes the king and queen, and she thinks the cult's going to be the victorious, so she wants to be on the good side. She might
That's
not be
possible.
super tightly involved, although that device in the basement implies some level of back and forth with them. So...
It's possible they told her it was incredibly magical, and that she should hold on to
yeah,
it.
they might not have told her what it is, precisely, just to keep it safe and hidden.
And she'd be like...
You also
she'd say,
described
"Oh,
an
magical
altar
item."
down there, which does make me think there's some more, like, that she's more involved than
Oh,
she
that's
might be letting
true.
on.
But it's possible that, this is her old family home, and maybe it wasn't her that's doing all the sacrificing.
I think we just need to be on our guard. So, let's mingle, see who shows up, make a plan before the meetings, make a final plan before the meeting starts.
Right.
Yes? Okay.
I'm gonna excuse myself during the party, and I'm gonna have one of my grey bag of tricks companions guard the magical room.
Oh, that could help. Unless it's, elk.
I could stand there and be menacing, keep anyone from getting in.
My thought was that if you two try and listen in...
I will know if anyone's going upstairs to steal it.
Yes. But, because I can cast invisibility.
Ooh.
I could stay back from the festivities and then enter invisibly and guard the upstairs.
Well then, that might be a plan.
That could potentially work. I also have the ability to polymorph, so I could potentially sit in the corner and make a little web and
True.
watch from there.
But I feel like if you could polymorph me.
I could do that as well.
That way I could have my armor on. Anyways, let's see who's arriving, and then we'll have time before the dinner starts to finalize, unless stuff goes down before that. But if that happens, then we're in a mess anyways. So, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a few options.
So, over the course of the rest of the afternoon, a few people end up walking by that are of note, and you won't... I guess we'll play it by ear for each person as they walk by. The first one to arrive is a portly gentleman. This guy.
Oh. Wow, I've never seen a fat elf.
And then a little later in the day.
He's a half elf, half dwarf.
That's just a human. It's a half elf, half dwarf. In earlier editions of Dungeons and Dragons, was a disgusting creature that had the worst traits of both. So a human.
Oh.
It's just a joke. There actually was a thing called a dwelf, though, and it was dumb.
Is he that big compared to them? Holy
No.
cow.
Oh.
Wow, these guys are... It's
Divine
Hugh Hefner.
Divine sense. Are they undead?
They are not undead. They are just very old.
Old and decrepit.
They're reborn. They look like
Lady
Darius.
Briarwood, what are you doing this campaign?
Yeah.
Oh, and then...
I mean, they do keep coming back, so...
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, why are you so small?
I'm not... Nope, not gonna say it.
That is a werewolf if I've ever seen
Yeah,
one.
that is definitely a werewolf if I've...
Oh my goodness.
Up to scale here.
Ooh. Maybe I can one-on-one fight him.
He looks like Godbrand from Castlevania.
Put down there. Move him there. And then the last to arrive right before dusk. Probably about 4 o'clock, I guess. So a little before dusk. Is... Ah, come on. I can't grab at the growy biggie button.
Stop.
Didn't even mean to on that one. That was innocent.
Get your mind out of the gutter, everybody.
If there was no gutter, my mind would have no home.
Aww.
Do you want my mind to be homeless?
Fine. Aw, she's so poor she can't even afford a shirt or a jacket. She went gambling and she lost her shirt to the house.
So, these are the people that you watch arrive throughout the course of the afternoon.
I will divine sense on all of them as they arrive, because I have 4 more uses, so...
I mean, they're... You ping nothing off.
Okay, it's fine. We're not dealing with lots of undead, so doesn't surprise me, but it's worth finding out just in case.
Yep. No fiends, no
consecration or desecration.
No consecration or desecration.
Yep, that's fine.
Oh my
I
God.
will
going.
say
It's a free thing I can do as a paladin, so...
roll me a D4, Talamh.
A D4.
Yep.
See how many of them you know. I'm guessing. Oh!
Okay. So as this individual, the female elf in the blazer.
Hot topic lady, okay.
Yep, hot topic lady. As she arrives, Esta is out trying to make some small talk with you. And she mentions, I see that Darius Uthrasis has been invited tonight. Wonderful.
Who's this? Who? Fossis?
Oh, this is what's her name. Okay.
That is Dothra Suthrasis.
Oh, that was the one that was in charge of the town.
I'm just gonna spell it the way I can pronounce it. Suthrasas. Yeah, I'm totally leaving the I out there because it
That's
throws
right.
me off.
That's right, she was Lady Super Sauce.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Super Sauce.
Dr. Seuss. Process.
Oh.
I'll bet she makes a good green eggs and ham. Cool. So that's Datha Suthrasis.
So,
Cool.
you guys, I mean, anybody can roll a history check to see if they know somebody up here.
Do I need to roll a history check now?
Ooh, I will roll a history check. Do I get advantage because I'm old?
Yes, I'll give you advantage.
16.
16's pretty good. I will let you roll a d4.
Woo!
Talamh, yes, you could roll a history check, or Talamh.
I also got a 4.
I mean, I already rolled a d, but alright, yeah.
Well, yeah, that was for your mom
What?
giving you the
Oh, okay.
giving you the
15.
knowledge as she was standing there. All right, yeah, go ahead and roll a d4.
One.
All right. So, Ridire also knows Dara. Now that you see her walk up, you recognize
Name
the
to a
name in the
face.
face. And then Talamh, Talamh doesn't. Well, all right. Talamh knows. From the description, the fat elf with the kind of sea captainy aesthetic as being Galandan Nilo, and that's that dude.
Oh, he was the one that
Okay.
was already here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had left and came back. And Talamh remembers that he used to do shipping with your family. And he runs a northern shipping line, as well as being a large property owner up north in Hadley.
Okay.
Cool.
The East Vidira Trading Company.
Not Hadley, Hudley.
This little ball with these, it's going to be pretty boring with just these people, man.
Like these are the VIPs that have arrived early for the dinner.
And there's like probably a couple dozen random tag-alongs.
Yep. Then there are the regulars, who are not as special.
They're all just
Which you
goblins
see
in
start to
disguise.
arrive as the sun sets. Then people start to arrive, but it does become dusk, and not dusk. 4:30 is not dusk. 5 o'clock is not dusk. Starting to pre-dusk, and Taldama's parents leave to go have dinner with Lady Zammed and these fine individuals.
All right, so which plan are we going to put into action? Do you guys want me to sneak upstairs and guard, either polymorphed or invisible?
How long does polymorph last, and how long?
An
how
hour.
long?
Hour for both.
Mm-hmm.
Concentration.
I feel like it's less of a resource if Oliver casts polymorph on you than for you to use a spell slot.
Well, polymorph is
I can
spell
cast
slot for me
invisibility
too,
once per
but-
day for free because it's part of
Oh,
my.
for your armor.
It's my shadow touched feat.
Oh, well. Might as well cast it for free then and save a spell slot from Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Let
think
me
that
just look
works.
at the specifications of it real fast. Creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible.
Good,
It
you can
ends
carry.
for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So if something goes down and I attack, then I'm visible again.
You can carry Robert the plant with you. And
If
it can-
I cast it using a higher level spell slot, though, I can do additional creatures, so I could turn us all invisible. But I don't think that's necessary right now.
Could you imagine if we were just all invisible and they wonder where we were? We just hang out at the party or above in the room above the party.
So yeah, I'll put my armor on and cast invisibility on myself,
Okay.
and then I will follow the two of them as they enter to like socialize in the ball. And then if anyone asks where I'm at, you guys can make up some sort of excuse.
Follow the clanks.
No, I'm not gonna do that to him.
Well, I could not put the boots on yet.
He like
No,
takes the boots off and like tiptoes upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play that. I don't like taking away a spell or an ability because of something like that.
Well, also,
especially
if
when
I
you
just
can
walk,
take your time.
if I take my time and just move slowly.
Yeah. You shuffle. Ah!
Somebody just gets shot
plus
from nowhere.
there's crowd talking and stuff, which would obscure a little bit of jingling.
Well,
because
okay,
people probably
so
have keys and things.
Let me clarify. Are you going during the party? Because, so, the timeline of this is these people have arrived.
Yeah.
And they're shutting for dinner, just like last night. Then the regulars are going to start arriving.
Oh, I thought everyone was going to show
Wow.
up and hang out in the ballroom until the dinner was over, and then they were going to join the party.
There will
and
be
start it.
some overlap, but not a lot.
Oh.
It is a private dinner first.
Well, I want to hang out outside the room, outside like, you know, the dining room on the ground, and just kind of lean against the wall and see what I can glean.
Okay.
I will wait then to do the whole invisibility thing until
Excuse me.
the stuff gets more into swing.
Okay.
However, then I will scry on her dad again,
Okay.
just in case.
I'm going to
Might as well.
morph into a raven, and I'm going to fly kind of a perimeter first, and then kind of perch somewhere by the like dining room, see if I can see in or hear in.
And I'm gonna. How do you think Robert the Plant could climb a wall?
What's his strength? Does he have
Oh.
stats like that?
Can he use athletics?
Let me look up the awakened shrub. I didn't think I was actually gonna have to. Okay, come on, let's go. It has a strength of 3,
I mean,
but it also doesn't weigh a lot.
yeah. You can certainly try.
All right, he's gonna try to climb a wall.
Okay. Roll a strength check or athletics if he has it.
It doesn't have access to athletics. So. Oh, that's a 2.
That's a 2. All right. So you watch as he goes up to the side of the house and starts to try and climb, and ends up looking a little bit like just a row of ivy growing up the side of the house. And eventually he just gets tired and he stands there and he becomes ivy.
Okay, well.
Like,
Doesn't actually become it, but to an
yeah,
undiscerning.
looks like it.
Yeah, to a.
He got like 2 feet up the wall.
What I wanted to do was have Robert monitor the
room.
the room through the window.
I mean, you could try and hoist him up and have him hang out. There are plants
Right.
on the inside of the room.
Cool. Oh, how? I just want to like chuck him up there.
Okay.
Just yeet him up to the second floor.
Oh,
can I
you're
use that
going to
for-
the second floor.
I'm a raven right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. But you said you were perched outside the dining room.
I said I was doing it once around, and then I was.
He
gonna go
could
perch
drop
up there, where I
Robert
could
off.
Look in.
Oh,
It's true. I could
Robert's
pick him up.
light. He could drop him off at the window outside the room and just so that Robert
Okay.
can just keep an eye on it.
all right. Oliver, can you take Robert and set him on the windowsill outside the magic item room so he can watch, in case anyone tries to come in early and ransack the place. I'll take that as a yes.
That's a yes.
Pick him up.
Gary bird suddenly. All
There's
right.
a little dragon in there a little bit, so you know.
Does Oliver have the one dragon eye?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right. Yeah, that Robert is up there. I guess roll for athletics.
Me or
Oliver?
Robert? Oh, boy,
How much
this
does
is
Robert
good.
weigh? Because
16.
Oh, that's probably fine then.
Yeah. Well, if it was a nat 1, it was going to be a fail for sure, but
Yeah.
It's a small plant on
Yeah.
a line. So
not much.
it's like a rose bush or something, you know. They don't weigh a lot.
And if he's not actively squirming or trying to get away, that's going to be pretty easy for
Yeah,
a bird to carry.
Plus ravens are huge. They're like the size of a red-tailed hawk.
Yeah. Basically, it looks like you're trying to go build a nest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside the house
Perfect.
with a chili pepper plant.
So I'll
Yeah.
drop him off, and then when I do my once around, I want to look at we saw balconies, right? Like front and back balconies. Is that correct?
Front balcony.
Front balcony. I want to kind of go to the front balcony and kind of perch,
Okay.
take a look real quick. And
Yep.
then-
I'm hanging out here.
So, yeah, there is definitely a balcony right here.
So yeah, I'm like perching on the edge real quick and just looking at it. Anything of interest
You're looking inside the mansion?
in the like on the balcony. Like
Yep.
what's on the balcony?
So, on the mansion balcony, I'll just go to it for you. Just a nice little sitting area with a telescope, a sundial, and a globe of the continent. Looking inside, you do see a couple of goblins run by in their little butler uniforms.
But they're goblins.
They are goblins.
Oh.
Huh.
Seeing that, then I'll kind of fly around and try to get like a vantage point that looks into the window of the dining room, if possible.
Yeah. Yeah, so the dining room there's windows here and here that look into the dining room.
So I'll probably stick by this one.
So, Talamh, if you're hanging out like right here, you can definitely sense in, but if you move too far over, you're going to be seen by the people in the,
She stepped away.
Oh, okay. So. And then, Ridire, you are scrying, correct?
Yeah, might as well. I get a once per day on that.
Yeah.
And then I can just be armored ready and then sneak in invisibly.
Whoa. Okay. So, we'll go with Oliver first, then Ridire, then Talamh.
Okay.
Oliver, roll a perception check.
I didn't do this last time, so technically my athletics was a 11. Because it's a Raven's, not mine. But the
Oh.
perception is a 16.
Okay.
Ravens have better perception than Oliver does.
Makes sense.
So similar. The group is around the table and mostly eating. There is some light conversation. You see the big guy with the jacket looking incredibly bored and focusing really only on his food. The old couple are making some quips or something, and everybody is laughing along with them. And Lady Zammed is talking to each of the... she's playing hostess, basically. The servants running in and out of the room are halflings.
Okay. So they're pretty confident that nobody else is in the house right now, or at least upstairs.
Yeah.
Can I get a beat on if people are like comfortable, or if there's like a an air of professionalism, or
Roll an insight check.
I have to do these with Raven. 10.
Okay. I'll let you roll your insight. It's still your
Oh, okay.
brain.
17 then.
Yeah, that's because it's your brain still. You get the sense that Esta is super uncomfortable and just doing this because it's her quote-unquote job. Dovin is trying very hard to impress. The what's his name? Galandan, the fat elf, is super comfortable, a little too much. And the older lady and gentleman are polite but professional, not really like... They're there to hear something, not because they really care about any of these people. And then Dara is just pouring on the charm to anybody around. You're not sure how genuine or not it is.
Okay.
She and Dovin are having very, close conversations with Esta glaring every now and then.
Am I able to glean anything through the vibrations in the wall of what they're saying? Or the top conversational topics?
Yeah. Go for an insight check with advantage because of your ability.
12.
12. Wow. It's a lot for you to focus on. I mean, just the movement in and out of all the halflings is a distraction. And then you have the amount of people that are in there. Your father's heart rate is up. It seems uncomfortable, nervous. Your mom's heart rate is up. She is uncomfortable and annoyed. And the rest are fairly hard to read. A lot of it is a lack of familiarity with the people and what their baseline is.
Okay.
And then Ridire.
What do I scry?
You scry. So, as you scry, that same effect happens where you're trying to lock in on Dovin and the area surrounding him, and you keep getting pulled towards the magic room. It's a very disconcerting effect. So roll me a perception check, disadvantage because of that.
11.
11. All right, not bad. The conversation is very much about business.
Business.
Yeah, garble, business, money. The fat elf Galandan does make a comment towards Dovin at one point about I heard that you've got a tabaxi working for you. Why are you bothering with one of their types? Hair everywhere. I mean, ridiculous. And Dovin gets instantly uncomfortable, and they're, they're good worker, good employee. have a lot of different people that come through the capital, and you hire who you can. Yeah. It's a little uncomfortable. It gets a little quiet at that moment. And Lady Zammed does talk about, I'm trying to think with an 11 how much to give. How long does that last? 10 minutes? Is it?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay, so...
And I would have waited a little bit so that
yeah,
they got some of the eating out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the... You timed it fairly well to be in the conversation is animated without it just being 10 minutes of you watching people eat uncomfortably. Yeah. But the she says points to the big guy, the guy in the furs, and says as one of the members of the old families of Fadir, I've invited you all along and all here, and want to reach out a special thanks for Reese for coming along. I know this isn't your preferred area, but it's good to get out of your fighting pits every now and then. And they talk a little bit, but not a lot gleaned from it. They're not talking about the war is brought up. I will say that the war is brought up, and the conversation, the older couple talk about how it's time for the king and queen to, that there maybe somebody from the north should really be in charge and take control. Talamh during that exchange, you do sense the larger man. His heart rate does spike a few times. And if you confer with Ridire, you can kind of sync up that he didn't like being mentioned by. He didn't like being talked about. He didn't like being part of the conversation.
Gotcha.
All of you together, if you combine what you're experiencing, he is the most out of place of... Well, no. The Dalls are the most out of place. He's the least interested in being here. Reese.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Sounds like Reese could be a good ally.
Either that or he's part of what's going on.
Werewolves in disguise.
Twilight Brigade wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of
the Sanguine Saints. Wow, that was a...
Even with the delay of Discord, you guys timed that perfectly. That was well done.
Yeah, somehow.
Okay, so a few minutes go by and guests do start to arrive now. In the front, carriages are being brought up, and individuals are stepping out and heading into the mansion.
Okay, I will cast invisibility.
Okay.
And slip in with all of that and go upstairs and just hide in the hallway.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check. For sure.
So good at these.
Does it get advantage for being invisible?
Not really.
Oh.
I mean, he has
but I am
inspiration.
going to use my inspiration to take that nat 20. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I am a leaf on the wind.
Yeah, you managed to time it just perfectly between two couples that are that awkward distance. Excuse me, that awkward distance of holding the door for somebody,
Yep.
and they have to make that decision of, do I do the awkward run
Or do I just walk?
or do I just walk? And they're rich and hoity-toity, so they just walk.
That's why, like,
And the the halfling holding the door is like, well, I guess I have to stand here and do this, so that's my life now. So, you make your way up the stairs and are in the hallway on the second floor.
yes.
In the hallway on the second floor, there is a halfling that is walking around and just keeping an eye on rooms.
Okay. Is there a alcove or an open room I can dodge into where I'd have a little bit more cover from him?
I mean, you could go into the room if you wanted.
I don't want to open the door, though, and have him be like, why is the door getting opened?
I mean, he's patrolling, so I mean,
You could probably slip in while he's on the other end.
Yeah.
you could try and
Okay.
slip in, because they're,
Well, he's all the way
so
down
far
here.
you only see one, and he's going,
I'm worried that there might be something that would dispel my invisibility in the room.
Hmm.
Yeah, but once you're in the room, will it matter?
But if I follow him in the room, then it will, because I'll be in the room with him when my invisibility stops.
well, so right now he's going, durka, 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 durka. And then you don't see him for a while.
Okay. Is this a staircase here?
Yes.
And that goes down?
Yes.
Okay.
Huh. Oh, it's like a
Um,
servant staircase.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right there.
No one's going up and down that staircase then.
Not that you're seeing at the moment.
I will kind of hang down on the landing so I can see up. Along here, but I'm like partway down the staircase, so I can see down and up.
Okay.
That way, if someone comes, I can move out of the way. But that means there's no chance of him bumping into me. But I'm still keeping an eye on this doorway. Although I guess there is another doorway in, but
Yes, there is.
But the other doorway, if you're keeping an eye on the staircase up in the center, the only ways to get up are either that balcony. The balcony would be the only place that you wouldn't be able to see, right? If you keep down that hallway, because you'd see this staircase, you'd see the staircase from the main entrance, and you'd see the doorway. So the only way they could get in without you noticing.
the only way I'm not noticing.
There's that spiral staircase. From
Yeah,
the
but then they'd
basement.
still have to come around that. Yeah, I mean, they'd have to come up from the basement. I mean, Robert
Yep.
Plant's also out there, right? So he's
Yeah.
keeping an eye. So he'll focus more towards this direction, hopefully, and I'll keep an eye on this hallway.
If you happen to like, oh, because he was. Are there windows at all along here?
I retconned it so there are. For
Yeah,
Robert
he's.
Plant.
I mean, he's like looking in one of these windows.
Yeah, he's watching the window. He's watching inside then.
So he'll know if someone goes in who shouldn't
Yeah.
be there.
That's not the halfling that's patrolling.
And I'm sure there's like some like signal that he's gonna do to like rap really hard on the walls so that Talamh can feel it, or Talamh. Even I'm doing it.
Yeah. So that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of plant there.
Yeah, plant.
Yep. If I mean, if anything happens within the hour, let me know. If we get close to the end of the hour, then I'll have to make a decision.
Yep.
So.
Roll a survival check for me.
Roll a survival check. Survival is right there. 13.
Okay. That's to know how much warning to give you that an hour is almost up. How,
Gotcha.
How accurate you are in keeping time while everything's happening. So.
But you're gonna have to
Gotcha.
sneak back out before it.
Or just cast invisibility again.
Is it
What
part
does
of the
that do?
armor? Or no, it's part of your.
No,
your,
it's
your
my.
feat.
I can cast it once per day for free, and then I can use spell slots to cast it
Okay.
beyond that if I want to. So I have this 1 hour without burning any spells, but then I'll have to start burning spell slots to stay invisible beyond
That would be hilarious if you posed as a just a suit of
Suit
armor
of armor.
inside the magic item room.
Are there suits of armor in there?
Yeah.
Well, maybe if it comes down to it, I'll do that.
The cloak of
Alright.
billowing is attached to one.
See? Oh, you just put it on your shoulders and you.
That way it can show off its ability. That one is constantly billowing.
Yeah.
You can't
And then
contain
the motion of the cloak would slightly obscure any slight shifting that I would be doing.
Exactly. See?
Yeah, we'll maybe do that if need be. But for now, I'll just stay in the hallway.
All right. Talamh and Oliver, what are you doing?
I'll be escorting her, basically,
Yeah. I'm
acting
going,
as guard.
I'm
Okay.
going into the party because I've got that 60-foot sphere of.
Yep. So you
I
are
can
escorted
see.
through this archway.
Oh. Okay.
And I want to be like, while I'm doing that, because I can do it. I want to be eyeing basically everybody, like up and down, try to see any like hidden weapons, anybody
Yeah.
that looks shifty,
I'm,
anything.
I'm definitely doing the same thing. I'm trying to like feel around for iron.
And if anyone asks you about me, you say that I am out patrolling the grounds or something.
I'll say he took ill.
You could do that too.
He wasn't feeling well. Something he ate for breakfast.
We set a recurring message playing in the cabin that's just him going, oh, oh, just occasionally now and again. There's a sack of flour like under some sheets, a bucket that's carved a little bit to look like his helmet.
The best part is like if things happen and I need to sneak down the stairs, I'll just come coming out of this servant's entrance and be like, I was looking for the bathroom.
With your armor on?
I could take the armor off first.
Do you have like your nice clothes on under the armor?
100% they're on under the armor.
Nice, I like it.
He's the one that has the portable hole.
And you do have the portable hole in your pocket square, so
Yep.
you could just.
So I can just stash the armor if I need to.
Why don't you just dash take the dagger?
I don't want to, because
set off any
if
alarms or anything.
I don't want to set
right?
off any alarms, but I also don't want to risk alerting
true.
anyone. Because if the cult doesn't make a move here, then we can potentially get out of Dodge without revealing that we know anything. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, we could
but
take
if we
it after the party.
but if we take the dagger, then she knows something's going on. That might make her go more heavily to the cult.
Well, I mean, she could think that the cult just took it.
That's true. And I could
Leave-
maybe try and
Are we planning on going to the Feywild ever soon? So we could leave one of the rings like on the floor by it or something like it.
I
fell
could
off.
absolutely do that if we need to come up with something. So
Who am I
The only
forgetting?
place that would get tricky is if we. Well, do we have extra
Dovin
rings?
and Esta.
I
Or
still
no,
have a
Dovin and
cloak
Esta are
robe.
there.
I could rip a scrap of cloak robe and have it get caught on something of
They
the
were-
cult.
Ah, I was way zoomed in, and
then
suddenly
that
I had the
face.
crotch of a walking corpse in my face.
Ugh.
Thanks. You should.
Are-
I wish you guys could see my notes. I have fat fucker, walking corpses, tall Viking dude, and hot topic lady.
Oh, that's who I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting Reese. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, question:
Yeah.
is he carrying a spoon around?
Who?
Reese with a spoon.
No, stop it. You
he's-
stop it right now.
Boo.
I know where you're going with this.
Boo.
So he's Reese without a spoon then.
You are bad, and you should feel bad.
I already used my
You already- he used the
inspiration. You can't
so
take it away
can't
from me
take that
now.
Wait, is it Dara or Dothra? Suthras's.
Dara. Right? Yeah. I don't
Is
know.
it Dara the
Dara.
Explorer?
Oh, good lord. You people are awful.
You people.
What do you mean, you
by
people?
you people?
What do you mean, you people?
I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
Another dude.
One of these guys probably is.
All right, so in this room is another like 15 to 20 people, by the way.
Okay.
Cool.
And there is a band on a little stage. I didn't have a stage, so I did a rug.
Yeah.
Music fills the room. It is mediocre music at best. Basically they are a dwarf playing some percussion instruments that is playing too loud. An elf that is playing a lute and doing everything he can to upstage the other two. And then a human singer who is bored to tears.
They should have booked
Basis that's bored.
They should have booked the Faded Few.
Had Ridire been in the room, he'd be happy because they are playing songs from like 40, 50 years ago. But,
this is my jam. Hey, I
could
can probably hear the music coming up the staircase.
yeah,
And
actually,
I'm doing
you
my
can.
best not
Yeah,
to.
you
I'm doing my
can.
best not to groove to the music.
Roll a wisdom check.
Wisdom saving throw.
So,
When we get into the ballroom, I want to cast Detect Evil as part of my feat.
okay. What is your range on Detect Evil, and where are you casting it from?
I need to first off look up Detect Good and Evil again because I only got the evil half of that. So it's 30 feet of me, and I will be doing. It's 10 minutes, so I'll do a little sweep around
Oh, okay.
the whole place.
You get pings of evil, 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 evil.
Got it. So like everybody's evil.
Yeah,
Wait, the parents are evil?
just the one.
Govan is evil? Well, I could have told you that.
But no other party guests are evil?
I mean, a scattering of evil party guests. There's not a
Don't think it's strong.
collection.
Right.
Go ahead and roll me an insight check with advantage.
What?
22.
Damn, 22.
Ah, right. So you're familiar with the cultists. You kind of know what to look for at this point in terms of colors, twitchiness, rings. You're keeping a close eye out for rings. You don't see that on anybody at the party except for the major players here. They all have something on their person that is crimson reddish, including
Even the
Lady Zammed.
Including her dad?
Let me double check him. I believe he is wearing a tie of that black red.
Oh, man, we're gonna have to kill your dad.
Half dad. It's fine.
And
He's only half your dad.
he's... Whatever. He can...
Again, with a 22 insight and Talamh, your passive insight,
Which
he
is a
does
20.
not belong.
He's
Oh,
doing it to fit in.
He
He's
is-
trying. He's trying his best to be evil, but he's just not good at it.
He is a rich person who is cold-hearted and business-focused, and has done evil things. He has absolutely profited off of others' misfortune, but he does not belong in the same room as many of these people.
Gotcha.
And by his, I mean, he is Jerry from Rick and Morty in a social
Oh.
situation.
That's That's great.
So, I mean, really, you can think of Esta and Dovin as Beth and Jerry. Like, the wife who is fed up and over it, and the
Useless husband.
useless husband who is way more evil than Jerry, but, you know, still just awkward, and he's so out of his comfort zone here. He would be better off in his books, doing paperwork. He can sign away somebody's life by, you know, not providing aid or sending them knowingly on a dangerous path because it'll probably save a few bucks. But all out mutiny against the crown, probably not his style.
Cool.
Right.
And then it's
We'll have
just
to give a stern
one
talking
more-
to your dad.
One
You
more
need to go get a job.
safety precaution. After that goes out, I want to do a subtle spell, detect magic.
Okay. Same thing as before. None of these people are rocking magic items. Except for whatever is going on with Lady Zammed
Okay.
and the halflings that are running around serving drinks and stuff.
Interesting. All right.
Cool.
There are a couple of bottles at the bar as well that are magical.
They've got some potions. Okay.
Not necessarily. They look like alcohol.
Magical.
Magical alcohol.
I am gonna go to the bar and get myself an adult beverage, and then I'm gonna go drink it in front of my parents.
Esta looks at you like, Talamh, that's not. You're too young for that.
Have you looked at me? You're the one who gave me this outfit. Clearly, I'm old enough.
This is so confusing. Be safe, young lady. Please.
I always am.
You
Because
got
I'm-
transformed into somebody twice your age.
I never said I was transformed. I said time works strangely in the Feywild.
Oh, that's right.
Are her parents sticking together?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go wander off to try to get a sense of, people around the room, the players.
I want to see. I want to know who's talking to who as well. I want to keep
Yeah.
track of.
Okay. Lady Zammed is going around talking to everybody.
Yep.
The dolls are basically sticking to themselves while Dovin tries to make small talk with people, but again, terrible at it.
All right, I want to do something.
Okay.
I want to sneakily cast enhance abilities on Dovin
Okay.
and give him Eagle Splendor
Boosts his charisma.
to boost his charisma. He gets advantage on charisma
Okay.
stuff.
You watch his confidence grow a little bit. He gets a little bit more
And-
sure in his speaking.
Because it happens after as I hand him a drink
Okay.
and tell him to just drink it and to just so he'll loosen up.
Thank you, daughter. That's very kind of you.
You seemed like you needed it.
Yes, not the usual crowd I mingle with in the capital.
Right.
I
So
have to say, Mr. Dall, I am a fan of the red accent you have added. It really pops to your outfit.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Lady Zammed had one brought to me. She said it was the themed color of the evening, and obviously I wanted to be gracious towards our host.
Oh, they're gonna kill everyone that's not wearing red.
Oliver's wearing red.
Am I?
And Ridire's wearing a red jacket.
Ridire's
I do have that
invisible.
like red flower, don't I? Or red feather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you didn't say you were gonna wear a hat, but I thought it looked
It
good.
works. It works fine. We'll keep it.
It looks snazzy.
It really does.
So they're gonna break in and kill everybody not wearing red is probably what's
Maybe.
happening here.
That's kind of an assumption I'm starting to make.
Oh, I'm wearing the colors of the House of Dall, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I have no idea what colors I'm wearing.
Are both dolls wearing red or just him?
Just him. She's wearing more of a salmon, pinkishy, more of a pink than a salmon, but
And she wasn't at the dinner? She was at the dinner.
she was at the dinner.
You
She
should find
chose
something.
last night to stay with her daughter and forgo the dinner, but she has been invited.
You should find something red to give her.
Grow a rose. Just hand it to her.
Grow like a maroon, like that color flower.
You could press to digitate her belt or something.
If it gets necessary.
Yeah, if it gets
I'll do that.
necessary, change something, and she'll change the salmon to red.
That'll last like an hour though, so I just don't want to be like super noticeable right now.
Well, I mean, as it gets like if it becomes necessary that they're killing people not wearing red.
Mm.
So, to continue on, this lady, Dara, is talking to anybody who approaches her, which is quite a few men and women, and just making small talk.
So, Lady Suthastra... God,
Suthrasis.
Suthrasis. Jeez, I could never remember that. Lady Suthrasis. I hear that you have lots of business around here. With hotels.
Yes, I run a very successful run of nightclubs and taverns.
Nightclubs and taverns, you say?
Well, most of them are combined. It cuts down on property costs, you know.
Well, yes, I do know a thing or two about mercantile affairs.
Oh, do you? And who are you?
Well, you see that uncomfortable-looking pair right over there?
Yes, I've made their acquaintance.
Do you see the family resemblance?
I actually do, yes. You must be the daughter.
Aye.
Dovin talked quite a bit about you. An adventurer, huh?
Well, I say good things, I hope.
Sure.
I thought so.
Yeah, parents, what do you do?
What do you do? I bet, do you get along with your parents?
My parents are, well, they've passed quite some time away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Quite some
that.
time. You know, they left me some property and some memories. Some good, some bad. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Are you enjoying yourself tonight?
Oh, this seems to be a grand party.
Yes, it's quite lively. I feel like Lady Zammed, has a knack for hosting. I feel like maybe a different band could have performed, but, well, they're here and they're doing their best.
I'm sure they are.
What is she wearing? That's the maroon.
Her collar.
Her collar,
Is it just
any
the
of her
collar?
accent points is.
Okay. Is it just like what's on their minis?
Yeah, yep,
maroon?
their minis are their exact outfits.
Man, I knew I should have put Talamh and Louboutins with the red soles.
I do because I'm just following Talamh is what I heard. Yeah.
Alright.
We'll get there. One
So,
of these days.
I want to go up after that. I'm running up. I'm gonna like wander over to this fat elf guy.
Okay.
Just before, like, as we're like leaving, I'm just going to comment on the maroon. I do appreciate that. It seems you've all collaborated in the maroon. Is there? I was just curious. Is there a reason for the connection there? It seems.
Oh, that. Are you not from up north here?
I am not, unfortunately. I am actually from much more south.
That explains it. Yes, you know, we're just fond of this color up here. We want to show our support to our native lands, and many of those of us in positions of power often like to accent it. You know, people in the South will often have some greens that they like to accent, and up here we like our maroon red.
It is a history thing, then.
Yes, it's tied. Many of the old families still like to participate when we get dressed up for the evening.
Ah. What color am I wearing?
Blues. Very, very lovely blues.
Oh, no reds.
No.
Okay, well, what a shame.
Well, you're not from here, and Dovin's trying his best to fit in, but, you know, doesn't mean you have to, and, you know, sometimes those who aren't from here trying to blend in, it can be a faux pas, so we wouldn't want you to do that, would we?
I suppose not, and I leave.
Insight check on that. We wouldn't want that now.
Yeah.
Was there double meaning there?
I'm definitely inciting that.
Alright.
Alright, so a 22 and a 9. With the 22, there was no double meaning. She literally feels like it would be cultural appropriation, as wrong as that is.
To wear the color red?
To wear their color of red.
Oh, it's like wearing the wrong tart.
They're purists.
It's like wearing a Confederate jacket when you're from Maine.
Pennsylvania.
Or Pennsylvania.
Or just live in the United States.
Or at all.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
They're racists.
Woo! I mean, there's a time and a place. If you're doing a Civil War reenactment, then all right, fine. But other than that, if you're not trying to teach history, then no.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah. So I'm going to go up to here, to this guy. And just, just introduce myself.
All right.
And somehow work, like, non-humans into the conversation.
Okay.
Especially tabaxis.
Oh, okay. What's a pretty little thing like you doing here?
Wait, am I actually pretty?
I don't like this guy.
What's that?
I don't like this guy.
You could be anything you want as long as you come back with me at the end of the night.
This guy's, we get to kill this guy because he's evil. Oliver saw that he was evil.
To be fair, I saw her dad was evil too, but this is like another like.
But her dad is like I guess we might have to kill him. This is like a we get to kill him.
Yeah, we get to kill him.
I get to play a slime ball.
Yeah, anyways, as she's having this conversation, fireball.
I'm gonna I want to pretend to I'm gonna take a step past him and pretend to drink my drink and then stumble and try to trip him. Oh no!
All right. Roll.
I'll assist by trying to catch, try to catch her,
Okay.
I was just fine to sell the blind thing a little bit.
Can I use acrobatics?
Roll for acrobatics and roll for sleight of hand, Oliver.
9.
14.
14 and a 9. All right, so you don't catch her, which actually works out well. I mean, you kind of catch her, but in doing so, you bump into him, and then he bumps into... Oh, happy baby.
I muted earlier because he was just bouncing up and down, making so much noise.
All right, so you bump into him. He bumps into Reese, who stands up and just, shouts, just, "Watch where you're going, fat man!" And he storms off out the door.
They don't like each other.
Which door?
Good to know.
Door up here.
Uh-oh. Okay.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yep.
Because that's gonna have ramifications, Zero.
It's fine.
Alright. Yeah, so he stumbled into him and... I mean, if you wanted to bump into me, little lady, you could have just, I turned very Brooklyn there for a second. I lost my pirate and I went, "Hey, if you want to be bumping into me, just go for it. What are you talking about?"
What's the matter, you?
Well,
I lost my pirate. Damn.
I had no idea you were so wide and, well, you got in my way.
Yeah, well, you gotta be wide if you're, so much man.
Gross.
I'm gonna...
Excuse me, Miss Dall, I believe there was conversation over this direction that somebody wanted to talk about this.
Oh, good. Yes, that must be attended to. I'm sure it was very important. I muttered to Oliver, he's first.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh, hold on. Can I
You hear
retcon?
Ridire in your brains. I was thinking the same thing.
Can I retcon something really quick? Because I wanted to do this, but I didn't get the chance to say it.
Yeah.
While he was bumping into Reese, I want to this is a stone floor, right?
Yep.
All right, I want to kinetic spike him.
All right.
So he gets to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I mean...
This will be non-lethal, in case he doesn't have a lot of hit points.
Oops, fireball. I tripped, and now this entire place is on fire.
Oh no!
Oh no! Uh-oh!
Oops, all acid.
Oopsies!
God, you gotta watch out for those potholes.
He got a 9.
Yeah, that doesn't... No. So he takes a little...
It takes 1 damage.
He takes 1 damage. You watch as he grabs his foot and he just starts massaging it, trying to figure out how that hurt. What happened?
He's got the gout.
He's got the gout.
Hey now.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
then we leave.
And then you leave.
Wherever you would like to go, I follow. But actually, I was escorting you a little bit.
Actually, no, we're gonna go up and talk to these
Walking
people up here.
corpses.
To the walking corpses. So, what brings you to the party?
Yes, well, Lady Zammed wanted some class in this establishment.
May I say, your outfits look lovely this evening. I am loving the maroon color.
Yes, our family has worn these colors for many a generation.
Also, it is something that goes back in your family, then?
Of course. Are you
No,
not
yeah.
from around here?
Pardon. No, I am from much further south. I am simply here alongside my associate.
I'm also from very far away.
Charming,
Technically,
I'm sure.
Wow,
That must be so fascinating.
Oh, it is.
It's
I-
a shame you didn't have our northern upbringing to, there's so many more advantages to it, but it seems you've done very well for yourself.
Alright, if you've experienced the things that I have, done in my life, why, it would turn your hair white.
Yes.
And I go on to describe like various like shenanigans that Chewinga has pulled in the Feywild, but don't say it's the Feywild.
And they just are more and more mortified, and eventually it's just, I'm sorry, I think we need to go get a drink. Very lovely to meet you, yes.
I don't think I cut your name, your names, personally.
Oh. You may call us Lord and Lady Markai.
It is a very good pleasure to have met you. It is not often that you get to be in the presence of somebody as yourself.
Quite. And you are?
They call me Oliver. That is it. Simple monikers are my thing.
No last name.
He wasn't born wealthy enough to have a last name.
No, I am from a simple upbringing.
Well, and yet here you are, so you must have done something, correct?
They do tell me I am quite a hard worker.
I'm sure you are. If you'll excuse us.
Ugh, Chuck is so lucky that I'm not playing a murder hobo.
Oh my god. I can't wait to
I would have, like, he knows from experience with some of my past characters, the minute one of these people said something slightly rude, it would have been carnage.
Well, if I could like stealthily kill these guys and not have it pinned on me, I might.
Yeah.
Cause a heart attack.
And that's the reason that there are 20 other people in this room.
Should have invested in poison.
Is this guy wearing anything made of metal?
Oh no.
Honestly, only a few buttons.
Could set
Darn
the
it.
rest of his clothes on fire. The buttons heat up too much. No.
I mean, technically speaking, I could.
Can you prestidigitate
I-
like a bad taste in his mouth?
I could subtle spell literally a fire that catches on, like a small fire that catches on his coat.
Can you like wait till he's like
Wait.
walks past a candle or something to do that?
I mean, I theoretically could. I don't know if I want to use all those sorcery points on just.
No,
subtle
that is way
That's
on those
true.
kinds of things.
Okay.
All right, so this guy walked out the door.
Yeah, so he walked out the door and he headed straight for the
Oh,
staircase.
okay.
I saw him coming up the stairs then.
Yes.
I definitely sense that he's going that way.
Yes, you do.
Then as I saw him kind of walking at the bottom of the stairs from like where I was at, I will just slowly walk up and kind of stand next to this thing invisibly.
All right, give me 1 second here. I'm just getting.
Oh, let me pull myself in.
Look at you all dapper.
Yep.
All right, you watch him walk in. Open the door and walk in.
I will attempt to follow him through the door.
All right, roll a stealth check.
I might be getting in a fight, guys.
Well, we'll hear it. and-
We definitely saw him walk that direction too.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
So we
19! Yes!
jeez.
You have never rolled that well on stealth. That's amazing.
No, my stealth
And you
is
have
awful.
disadvantage.
No.
Oh no,
I
you
think
don't?
the invisibility is probably
right.
counteracting
Invisibility
that.
cancels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, because you normally would have, but
I
yeah.
normally would have
The-
disadvantage.
Well,
the
and
invisibility gives you
yeah, I
advantage,
mean,
and so it cancels. And
Yeah, no, you're
even
right.
then, like there's music playing.
Yeah.
There's people walking
Directly
around.
below this too, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
Yep.
it's like
Yes, that, except for think 50s bubblegum pop done in bardcore style.
oh gosh.
Yeah. I told you it's not good music. They're not good.
I was taking a bath.
All right. So I want to wrap up here soon for curiosity. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's
it is getting late.
already 8:30, so 9:30 for you. So we're gonna wrap up soon.
Okay.
This is interesting. This has been fun. The party's going. Yeah. All right. You watch him walk in.
Yep.
And roll me a perception check with advantage, just to see if you get distracted.
16.
All right, 16. If you had gotten a double nat ones, that would have been a problem. You would have tripped over something trying to follow him, basically.
Gotcha.
But as it stands, you watch him walk around and just stare at things, reads it, lazily walks around the room. He does stop at the dagger
Okay.
and stares at it for probably a good 2 or 3 minutes. He looks at it.
Okay.
Roll me another perception check. This one's straight.
4.
Okay. He stares at it for a while and says to himself, it just uncanny. Just weird. Maybe the same make. And then he wanders off this direction.
He's got one.
What was his last name?
You
Witherspoon.
don't know.
That's what I thought.
Hasn't been said yet.
Got it.
Cool. As soon as he goes out the door.
A few minutes go by
No.
of him looking around, and he...
Yeah, he steps out the door.
Yep.
I'm grabbing the dagger.
Okay.
Because then I can make it seem like he stole it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to Robert. Give it to Robert the plant out the window. Or stick it in your pocket square.
I'm going to stick it in my pocket. I'm still invisible.
Okay.
And she can't cast magic, which means she can't locate object.
Yeah.
And then I will wait a moment, and then also exit out this door. Actually, no, I'll go out the other door.
Okay.
I'll wait till one of the halflings does his. I'll hide here, and when one of the halflings comes through here, then I'll sneak out. Then I'll sneak out the door.
They don't go through there.
Oh, I thought you said they did.
No,
Oh, okay.
they're marching around the perimeter area.
All right, I will. I'll stand near the door and wait until I don't hear any footsteps, and then I'll sneak out.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check with advantage.
19.
19. Okay. You feel pretty confident that you tucked the dagger away in a place. I will let you know, it does have a faint glow of purple to it. Now that you're holding it in your hand and you can look at it, it looks very similar. It is a shortened version of the singing sword that you have.
Cool. It's going in the pocket for later.
Okay.
And then
Theoretically, while you had time in there, put it in the portable hole.
I have to unroll and fold out the portable hole to do that.
That's what I'm saying. If you had time in there.
It's a 6 foot wide thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take the time to do that right in here. I will, once I exit, I will attempt to sneak down the front staircase.
Okay.
And
as you're doing that,
okay.
you get to about here.
Mm-hmm.
And a slightly tipsy couple come approaching you on the staircase, going up.
I will backtrack.
Are you still invisible?
Roll a stealth. Are you invisible still?
I'm still invisible. I'm not. I haven't. It only goes away either after the hour ends or when I attack something.
That's right. I will say you probably got another 10 minutes or so.
That's perfectly fine. I'll just backtrack and go down the other side.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Perception 18.
All right. You hear them talking and flirting. They are looking for a place to have some alone time.
Yep, cool.
That's not the walking
Plenty
corpse
of
couple,
other
is it?
people. Plenty of other people that maybe have been
Up there.
up there. Yep. And once I'm down on the main floor, are there still people going in and out the front? Occasionally, you get like fresh air and stuff, or
Yeah, absolutely.
cool. Then I will sneak my way out the front door
Okay.
and back to our little guest house.
Nice.
And then I will unroll the portable hole. I will put the dagger in the portable hole. I will roll it back, and my armor in the portable hole. I will roll it back up into my pocket, and then, dressed all formally, we'll approach the manor.
Okay.
Showing up late.
So, we'll say...
That wasn't the plan, but I took the opportunity while I had it, because we have other scapegoats. So
I really should have smacked the guy while he was trying to just quit.
All right. We'll say that about an hour and 15 minutes or so has gone by from the start of guests arriving to the point of you going invisible and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are still some guests arriving fashionably late, so you're able to
I'll
just
slip in and join the
follow
party.
the crowd and go in, and I think that is a good point to end for the night. Pick it up next week with the continuation of the party and see what happens.
Yay.
So,
Oh, yeah.
thank you all for watching. That was a fun episode. 3 hours went by fast. So,
Yeah.
Holy crap, it
thank
has
you.
been 3 hours.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Make sure you do all the things. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out our link tree that's been posted in the chat or in the description for all of our social media. Love to have you in the Discord if you're not already a member. Check out our t-shirts. Can I Use Athletics is awesome. The Feylord mugs and stuff. Yeah, that's it. And as always, may you roll those nat 20s and avoid those critical fails. Have a good night.
Bye.